Welcome, everyone, to episode 3 of the GLI Sports Guys. Jamie, Stuart, and Andrew Rappaport joining you. We are recapping everything in the week that was in Long Island, New York, high school sports, everything from high school to college to pros. Rapp, how excited are you for tonight's show?
Another great weekend, another great season of high school football. Sadly, it's over. Happily that I don't have to talk about the Jets or the Bills as much this week because we get to spend a little bit more time on high school. But I'm saying it's over because it's the best time of the year. You know, those 3 months.
It is an awesome time of the year. Here's the GLI rundown for you. We are going to recap the high school Long Island championships. Raph will have his rankings, his power rankings for the end of the year. We'll have a very special guest, one of the best running backs in Long Island high school history. Dylan Laube will join us to talk about what's next for him. We'll talk pro football, and we'll end it with a little Long Island Karate Kid cinema. Let's talk about the LIC. Once again, Garden City on top, right, Rap?
Garden City on top. It's something we hear every week, every year. It seems like they've won 42 games in a row. We've been talking about it for a few weeks now. They finally did it. They matched the record, 42 wins in a row. Unfortunately, it wasn't a close game. They beat up on North Babylon pretty good.
38-7, I believe.
Yeah, they've now won 42 games in a row. They'll break the record next year. And you know what the crazy part is? They did it without their best player. Their best player, Michael Berkery, got injured the week before, broke his ankle. They went into the game a little shorthanded, but it doesn't matter. It's Garden City. They never lose. They haven't lost since before the pandemic. I think they've won 7 of the last 8 titles, and the one they lost was by 1 point.
First team in Long Island history to go unbeaten in 4 straight seasons, and no signs of slowing down.
No signs of slowing down because Berkery was a junior, right? So he's coming back. And they have a loaded team coming back again next year. I think their record since Ettinger took over is, I don't know, they have like 100 wins and 3 losses. Some crazy number. It's not like that, but they're a dynasty. They're dominant and no signs of slowing down.
How about another great story? Massapequa, 35-7 over Floyd.
Yeah, we talked about it also last week. Great fan base. It was a, you know, they scored 14 points, or they got on the board with 2 quick touchdowns before people even got in their seats, and they rolled past Floyd. Listen, Massapequa is putting their own little dynasty together, right? 2 Long Island championships in 3 years, so good job by them, and they continue to roll.
And they lost, I believe, their starting quarterback in week 1. He got hurt, and then the backup comes in and leads them to an LIC, so that's an awesome story. Yep. And
that's the sign of a good team, right? It's not just 1 or 2 players that you count on. You can count on backups. You know, it's that whole next man up mentality. And we hear that all the time in pro sports, right? You hear next man up, and when it's the next man up, it's not going too well, so right?
Yeah, I mean, the Jets couldn't overcome Aaron Rodgers, but Massapequa had no problem.
Right.
All right, how about East Islip? They win another one.
Yeah, and what surprised me about that was, and it's a bad job by me, but I didn't realize it was their first title since 2007.
Right.
You know, here's one of the great traditions in Long Island high school football, the great dynasties, the Champy family.
Yep.
And they hadn't won one, and so they've been back, but they hadn't gotten over that Long Island championship hump. And to finally win one, and it was a good game. You know, they scored late to come back and beat Southside.
Right. So
and you can it was just a good story, a good feeling for East Islip.
And then Bayport Blue Point, the Phantoms, cap an undefeated season with an LIC. I believe they've won, 23 games in a row. What's going on in Bayport?
It's another, maybe a dynasty in the making, right? Because last year they won, and it was like, wow, here's Bayport out of nowhere winning a Long Island championship in a conference, in a class that was dominated, you know, whether it was Roosevelt or Seaford or Shoreham-Wading River, you know, schools like at John Glenn won a few in a row. And here comes Bayport Blue Point last year, winning the LIC, and then they come back and they do it again this year. So maybe that as a dynasty coming, because that's a school that's been known for other sports.
Sure.
Their lacrosse is good and their baseball is good. And now all of a sudden, football, 2 LICs in a row. Where we say, if you win an LIC, you're pretty good. That's a mark on history that'll never be taken away. But you win 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Now you're putting your name in. You're bringing yourself in the record books as a pretty darn good program.
All right, Rap. You saw them all. Now tell us your rankings for the best Long Island football teams of the school year.
I think it's pretty obvious in my eyes. The best team on Long Island this year was Garden City. They can beat anybody. They did beat everybody in front of them, and they are the number 1 team to end the season. Right behind them, Massapequa, another undefeated season. East Islip, Bayport Blue Point, and William Floyd round out the top 5. What I want to see is Garden City play better competition. It's not that the teams in Conference 2 are bad. It's just that Garden City is a little better. Yes, in any given year, MacArthur, a Cary, a Mepham, they are good and they might be able to give Garden City a game. But wouldn't it be more fun if every week Garden City was playing the best of Nassau County? So like a Farmingdale, a Freeport, down in Conference 3, a Plain Edge, a couple teams from Conference 2, where everybody is at that higher level and you're testing yourself every week. And I don't think it matters if you go undefeated. You can still play the certain schools for a championship, but it's better games every week. It's better competition, and it makes the players better.
And speaking of great players, Westhampton's Dylan Laube. We haven't seen him in a while after, he set the Long Island rushing record for touchdowns. He helped Westhampton win an LIC. Now he's rocking in New Hampshire, and he's getting ready for the next chapter in his career. Dylan Laube, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
What was college life like, and tell us what's next for you?
College life was long. I'm telling you, it was long. It was a long 5 years for me. It's been good, though. It's been good. I've been having a blast up here. Really, next for me is trying to make the NFL. It's going to be a long process, a long couple months, but I'm so excited for it. Can't wait.
If you're on social media, you probably saw Dylan's highlights on Twitter or all over social media. Looked like every week he was breaking a big run, scoring a touchdown, which is no surprise to anybody that saw him play in high school. But the fact that you put out there the other day that you're declaring for the NFL draft, and you think you're ready, and scouts think you're ready, and people are telling you you can actually play in the NFL. How crazy is that to think about, to grasp?
Crazy. I mean, it's definitely a big relief for me because I feel like I was kind of the only one that kind of like believed in myself. But at the end of the day, it's still crazy to me. Like it's been a dream. It's a lot of kids' dream to be at that top with the NFL guys and everyone up there, and it's just crazy. It's also fun. It's fun. Like I can't wait. But once again, we still got some time, but I don't know, man. It's going to be a fun experience. I can't wait for that.
You say you have some time, then before you know it, it'll be here.
I've been saying that since summer. I'm like, hey, like I still got some time, and it keeps flying by. So, yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, Westhampton, a Long Island record, 47 touchdowns, an amazing career, LIC. I was looking at your stats for this year for New Hampshire, 4.6 yards per carry, which is awesome, 9 touchdowns. What are you hearing about your status in the draft and what scouts may think of you?
Yeah, it's been up and down, but since summer, it's just going up and up. And since summer, they were saying that I was like a high priority undrafted free agent. And this year, it's just been going up and up. And I think them just coming to we had every single team at our practice. We had all 32 teams. And it's just been going up and up. I think now they have me like a late day 3 pick, which is rounds 5 through 7.
You have a lot of similarities, I feel like, to another guy from Long Island who played at New Hampshire, right? Dalton Crossan.
Yeah, my guy.
I was going to ask you, are you in touch with him? Or do you pick his brain about what his process is like?
Always. Actually, he just texted me congratulations last week. He's been a big part of this whole journey too. He's an awesome guy. He's been, I've been in touch with him since my true freshman year. He actually reached out to me because he was trying to go to the PLL when I was a freshman. So we were actually training together.
When you look at the current NFL game now, do you feel that your style suits it?
Yes, and like exactly what you were saying too. The game has changed, especially for running backs too, which running backs have been the biggest thing right now because of contracts and all that stuff. But really, I think the running back has become more of like a versatile position where like now you have to be a receiver, a running back, a blocker, special teams guy. Which now throughout my college career, I've been all those things. So it's been good for me. So you know what, I'll take it.
That's huge for a guy like you. I mean,
Yeah.
these teams, they look for, can you help on special teams? That's what you hear right away. Can you help on special teams? That's how you'll make the roster.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, actually, it's funny too because if we go back once again, like what you were saying, if I was playing in this game, probably early 2000s, I wouldn't be in this spot now.
Right, exactly.
Listen, Long Island's had a great run recently with skill guys, especially from Suffolk County. Whether it was Ruckert, who obviously who's in the NFL now, and Elijah Wiley, who's been playing in the league, and Jack, who our friend on the show has had a good run, and Dylan, we hope you're next.
The plan. That's the plan, guys. I appreciate it, man. It's been fun.
Can't wait to hear your name called. Good luck.
All right, guys.
After you get drafted, this is the first place you're going to come do an interview, right?
100%. 100%. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
So our thanks to Dylan for joining us. You never know, Rap. Maybe the Giants are in the market for a running back in the future. It's possible, right?
Well, I don't know about running back, but they maybe figured out their quarterback situation. I don't know. I still don't know if Tommy DeVito was the guy. We were trashing him a couple weeks ago. But listen, he's got the Giants winning games.
I mean, look, he's played well. He's kind of like the Giants version of Linsanity, right? And he's gotten a couple wins in a row. He's played better than any Jet quarterback has this year. So I can't, the question is this. Do you think DeVito and the Giants can realistically threaten for a wild card spot?
No. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't. I want to see if he did it against the Cowboys or, one of the upper echelon teams in the league, the Eagles, then maybe the Lions, then we'd be talking. But I'm not convinced that this guy is the answer. But listen, he's making Giants football fun again.
At least, right, exactly. At least there's a reason to watch. I know some Giant fans don't like the fact that he's winning. The next games are against the Packers, Saints, and Rams, so there is a shot, and
right.
we'll see what happens. We want to end with some amazing Long Island cinema news. Are you ready? Are you ready for Ralph Macchio once again?
Has one guy ever made more of a living, more of a career out of one franchise? We joke about Stallone and Schwarzenegger, and they keep coming back. But my goodness, Long Island's own Karate Kid, Ralph Macchio, the pride of Half Hollow Hills.
Huge Islander fan.
Huge Islander fan. Coming back and making yet another Karate Kid movie right after Cobra Kai ends.
And this one, I believe, is with Jackie Chan, who was in the Karate Kid reboot like 10 years ago with, I think, Will Smith's son.
Yeah.
So now it's Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio. Because Cobra Kai, you and I both love Cobra Kai. When that first came out, everyone was like, oh, come on, what is this?
It's great.
And it's phenomenal.
One more season, I'm upset it's ending.
I know, and now that he's going back to the big screen, can you blame Ralph Macchio?
No, but like I said, you can't blame him because people love it, and he's made a career. He's been in other movies, and My Cousin Vinny, one of my all-time favorite movies.
Absolutely.
All-time favorite movies, but he was obviously a minor part in that. But he has made his life on this guy.
Wax off.
A wax on, the crane kick.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? God bless him.
Daniel's son lives on.
He will never die. Cobra Kai. Exactly. Well, that is it for episode 3, the GLI Sports Guys. All right. See you guys next time.
We'll do it again next week.